This is the 2025 Toyota Camry. Is it better than the 11th generation Accord? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. Carrie is behind the camera and we're at the 2024 Chicago Auto Show to tell you all about this new Camry and compare it to what for 2023 was the new Accord. And I know there's going to be a balance of people out there that say, we like the Accord more, or we like the Camry more, but what are some of the similarities and the differences? Let's take a look and we'll start here with styling. The thing that I like is that it still looks like a Camry. People can look at it and say, I know what that is. It doesn't look like something from years ago. And we'll start here with the nice racy, sporty look with the very thin daytime running lights. That's going to work its way over into the headlights right here on the side. A very clean look. Obviously your turn signal indicators will be here. And then as we work our way down, the lines overall, it just looks like it's in motion, especially under the lights here in Chicago. You're going to have your active air curtain right here, obviously going to be on both sides. And with the grille down here on this area, even though this area isn't really completely open and active, it just kind of flows in, or maybe it flows this way. Everyone has their opinions on that, to kind of give it almost that in motion look, even when it's sitting still. This upper area a little more thin. You're going to have some gloss black up there, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, I don't think. You really don't want gloss black on the lower portions down here that get a lot more chips and things like that from rocks and different debris that can be picked up on the road. And right here, forward-facing camera on this particular model. And just the overall lines that flow with this model really make a big difference. Now here's something that's going to be different comparing this to the Accord. With the Accord, you can still get a non-hybrid powertrain. It's a 1.5 liter turbocharged four-cylinder making 190 horsepower, but here you're going to have the 2.5 liter naturally aspirated four-cylinder paired with either two electric motors for front-wheel drive. This is something you can't get with the Accord, which is going to be that third electric motor in the rear of the vehicle that will make it all-wheel drive. And I know a lot of you want all-wheel drive with an Accord. Don't know that we're ever going to see that. So let's continue on here onto the side. We're going to have our body-colored mirror caps. A lot of you always seem to want to see the turn signal indicators built in. And so that must mean you use your turn signal indicators, right? So you're letting people know what you do when you're driving down the road? I assume so. And obviously the body color on the door handles. And something that I really like here, it's kind of hard to see from this vantage point, but something else I know a lot of you are asking for regularly with the Accords, but it's not there yet. They have a conventional size sunroof. Here you're going to have the panoramic sunroof. And with the gloss black areas up here, it almost makes it look like a continuous piece of glass. That's a good thing. And we work our way here to the rear, and we'll see a very nice look with the taillight housing here. I like how you have some of the body work that kind of comes into the middle right here, kind of breaking things up, but it all flows together. The built-in kind of spoiler, we'll call that, that's built into the trunk or the deck lid, if you want to call it that. This is the XLE trim level that we're looking at here. Obviously, it's all-wheel drive, and you'll see that obviously it's a hybrid electric vehicle. So gloss black is found here on the rear on this lower portion, but you know what? Not such a bad thing necessarily, because you don't have rocks coming this way unless you're driving really fast in reverse. I don't know how many of you actually do that. Some of you might. And a clean look back here, no exhaust outlets. Tell me what you think about that. Okay, let's give a little bit more of a comparison between the Accord and this new Camry as far as what's under the hood. As I told you earlier in the video, this is the naturally aspirated 2.5 liter four-cylinder mated to either two electric motors for front-wheel drive. You've got a third motor on the rear if you go all-wheel drive, but that's your only option. 225 horsepower if you go front-wheel drive, 232 if you go all-wheel drive. You're still making more power than the Accord makes, whether you go with the 1.5 liter turbocharged four-cylinder or the hybrid combination there that is a combination of the dual electric motors and their 2 liter naturally aspirated four-cylinder. making 204 horsepower. Both are mated to an eCVT. People like it, some people don't. Tell me what your thoughts are. So here's what happened. If you're wondering, this car was locked and the battery's dead, and so I had to send Carrie in. Yes, I finally got him in front of the camera. I've been trying to do that here on our channel for a long time. So here are the releases right here. That's why we had to send Carrie inside. So now I'm gonna let him get geared back up here and hand him the camera back, and then we're going to do our thing that we've been doing here for all of you and show you what the cargo capacity is in inches instead of cubic feet. All right, let's talk about our cargo capacity, not in cubic feet, but in inches. So here's what we have. A couple of different measurements here to talk about. We're gonna have about 35.5 inches here on this lower portion. If you want to know how wide the top area is, well, you can see that that's about 47 inches. Now, how about the height right here? If we measure from the floor to the opening right here, the top of the opening, that's gonna be 21 inches. And I know a lot of people are gonna ask about the different measurements here. So let me see if I can do this for you right here. As far as this is concerned, let's see here, and how much do we have there? That is going to be what, 50, looks like 53 inches or 51 inches, about 51, 52 inches. So that's gonna be right there. And let's see here, if we measure between the fender wells, you can see where we are right there. And then I know some of you are probably gonna ask, I don't know if I can really get any more than that, but we'll just stick with what we have here. So if we measure to where the rear of the seats would be back to where the door closes, or the trunk closes right here, that's gonna be 46 inches. And then I'll go all the way to the top of the seats laid flat right there, that's 70 inches. So something that's a little bit different compared to what you're gonna get in most of these car review videos. Instead of cubic feet, we're showing it in inches just to kind of help you out. But you can see the space that we have in here. And have the Camry logo here on the carpet insert right there. And I don't think I can get this up. Well, actually I can. But you can see that underneath here, there's a spare tire. Hey, wait a second. Is that a surprise? I think it probably is, because most hybrids don't come with a spare tire. So maybe that's kind of Toyota's jab at the competition. All right, let's talk about room in the back seat. Now, the front seat here is way back, but I mean, check that out. As far as this seat is back, somebody in excess of 6 feet tall sitting back here, or sitting in the front seat, and yet I still have a little bit of leg room. Can't really stretch out much, but I fit. So you get some people who are more average height, the seats will be further forward. Hey, you really have a lot of space back here. Head space wise, I don't know how much of that Carrie can show you. Keep in mind, I'm 5'10". Don't have a lot of space up there, but it's okay. Fold down armrest with the cup holders built in right here. I'm gonna put that back in place. And then, let's see here. The one thing that I hope maybe isn't going to be part of the production model when it comes out, that's one more thing to keep up with for you parents out there that have child safety seats. So, I don't know. It'd be nice to see something that's maybe spring-loaded or something latched, or maybe just open space right there for the latch system. And we'll show you what's on the door panels right there. As far as the armrest goes, is it comfortable, Carrie? Put your arm up there and see what you think. Is that comfortable? Yep, okay, good. So we'll also have a reasonable amount of space within the door bin, and you have a rear seat pocket right here on the passenger side. Also on the driver's side, a little bit harder to see. Air conditioning vents on the rear of the center console, and a couple of USB options down here as well. It looks like 2 of them actually have covers over them, so that's kind of a nice little touch. Don't know if that's really needed or not, but that's what's here. And finishing things up here with the front seat, obviously here at the Chicago Auto Show, we can't really do a test drive, especially not with a dead battery. So let's talk about the door panel there on the driver passenger side here at the front doors. Obviously, you have a little bit more space, a little bit larger, a little larger door bin, quite a bit larger, and a little bit larger armrest. Nice materials too that seem, yeah, they seem pretty good. It's very soft, very durable, it seems. I think that's a good thing. We're going to have the seats here for the driver and the passenger with some nice bolstering. So you want to exercise the 225 or 232 horsepower, depending on what you have. Well, there's some bolstering here to keep everybody in place. But you know what? If you go too crazy with the gas pedal and the steering wheel, there is a no crap handle at every door. So your passengers can grab onto those and, well, be interesting. So how about the dash area? I'm really interested to see what people think about this. Now, this is gloss black right here. And while it's not anything like what you would see in an Accord, it flows kind of in the same way, where the air conditioning vent and the area of the dash that is not air conditioning vent all kind of looks the same. If you didn't have the control right here for directional airflow and all of that, you wouldn't really know that was even there. We'll have more of this nice material working its way in through the interior. And even though I can't turn it on, especially with a dead battery, the screen, the center screen, is the same size as of that in the Honda Accord. So 12.3 inches. I promise as soon as we can get our hands on one, or maybe they charge the battery up and we can come back another time, I don't know. But that's what you have. We can't show you the graphics or anything right there. And also, I like to show what's on the upper console right here. If Carrie can get you a good shot of that, because I know a lot of you like to know what's up there. And as far as additional storage space goes, obviously you're going to have the gloveless glove box down there. I call it that because it's a glove box and I never see gloves in a single one. Not once. Somebody's going to play a prank on me one of these days and start putting gloves in glove boxes. And just an overall look here. Now, there is a lot of gloss black. I know some of you are going to say, man, I hope that's not going to be there, because that will fingerprint up quite a bit. Good thing, though, nothing unusual for Toyota. But you do have your conventional style shifter right here. Don't have a push button shifter. And then obviously you're going to have different setups here as far as what you can change driving mode wise. Your setup for your driving modes: normal, econ, sport. I think you know everything else that's here. And hopefully you can see up there. In fact, I'm going to try and help Carrie out just a little bit here with some lighting and see if we can maybe light up this area up here and show you the wireless charging pad. Also going to have some connectivity options where that is concerned. And I'll take the camera real quick. And again, unfortunately, I'm just going to be able to show you what's here ultimately, because we don't have the ability to put any graphics up. But there's what things look like based on what we can show you for the driver's display. And then we also have the controls here, your steering wheel mounted controls. I'll show you what's over here on the left-hand side of the steering wheel. It is a tilt and telescopically adjustable steering wheel. So you drop that lever right there, and that's how you're going to make that adjustment. And this center console is seems a little wider, I think, than what is in the Accord. Seems to have more real estate there for using that as an armrest, and definitely seems to have more space within. Let's see here what we have. A 12-volt power outlet right there. So quite a bit of space here. There's a lot going on within the 2025 model, the Toyota Camry. Tell me what you think down in the comments. Is it really going to give the Honda Accord a lot of competition? What are your thoughts? Do you plan to buy this? I'm curious to know. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button for me. That helps a lot. If you haven't subscribed to the Vehicle Visionary YouTube channel just yet, please consider doing so you don't miss any of our future videos. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I'll see you there.